So, today I'll be talking about some math preparation tips for the GCSE exam. So, GCSE math preparation tips. Math is one of the core subjects students need to take in GCSE. Many students consider it to be difficult and a very tough subject. However, math can be a very interesting subject if you understand your syllabus and what you need to solve very well. This myth about math is always on the students' minds, which demoralizes them, should not be your perspective. However, with proper study methods and efforts, your grades will definitely improve. So, here are 5 ways to improve your GCSE math grades. Firstly, knowing your syllabus. Go through the syllabus for the GCSE exam thoroughly. You should know what needs to be studied, under what topics, what specific lessons need more attention. Knowing what not to study is as important as knowing what you need to study. Many times, students waste their precious time on solving complex problems rather than simple ones. Solving more simple problems will gain you more marks. It is good to work hard, but working hard in the right direction and working smart is very important. Focus on topics that you are good at and improve them. Focus on topics that interest you. Figure out the maths exam pattern and the structure. To ace any exam, it is necessary to have a proper understanding of the exam pattern and the structure of the questions that may be asked. Familiarize yourself with the question pattern, the kind of questions, the weightage of topics, and focus more on the topics which are more frequent in the question paper. Try to solve as much as simple problems as possible. Don't waste more of your time on complex problems, which you may not even arrive at a conclusion as well. Understand your learning style. Every student has a unique way of learning and an ability to understand. So you can also see what time is suitable for your learning. Get a calm environment. Some are night owls while others like to study early in the morning. So depending on your suitability, choose your style of learning. Make a timetable for your study. Preparing a timetable or a routine beforehand is very important to manage time. It is as important as the preparation itself. To get the best of results, it is required to have a good plan. So make a rough timetable for your study. Keep more time for study lessons and a little less time for breaks. Keep some time for revising your lessons and clearing your doubts. Divide your time and routine according to the study plan you have made. Complete your syllabus on time to make good room for revision. Make a revision time period. Revision is as important as learning what you have studied because it will only brush up your skills and you will not forget during the exam time. You may have done a good amount of hard work in studying, but the revision will help you remember what you have studied. So, the key to improving your grades is firstly revising what you have studied, and also while writing your question paper before submitting it, revise it so that you can point out your mistakes. 5 tips to boost your GCSE math grades in the given following ways. Make your basic maths concrete. Have a good basic concept and have a good grip over the subject. Have a clear understanding of the small concepts so that you can solve the bigger ones easily. The basics of arithmetic should be on the tip of your fingers. If students do not have a strong hold of the basic arithmetic concepts, they lose a lot on the marking and they make silly mistakes. Understand and learn the math concepts. Before you jump into solving complex methods, understand the concepts behind it. A clear concept on the chapters that are taught will make you understand the problems better. So never keep silent even if the doubt may be silly. Always keep asking questions, solving your doubts so that it gives you a clear understanding of the concepts. Remember the maths methods. Each problem in maths has a unique way of solving them. So does not require memorizing the calculations, but it requires understanding them. Each type of problem has a particular way of approaching them. So you need to practice so much that you can identify the method that you need to apply. So, for example, algebra requires a unique method whereas simple interest has its own formulas. So you need to remember the formulas and know where to apply which formula. The key in math is remembering the procedure for every type of problem. The calculation is not the hard part, but understanding is. Know your weaknesses. Knowing your weaknesses is very important. Know your strengths as well as your weaknesses. So the strengths you can focus on, and your weaknesses you need to work on them, but try to avoid those kind of questions in a question paper and try to avoid wasting your time on them. Preventing making any kind of mistake is as important as doing the math questions correctly. So these mistakes can bring your grade down. So be wise and tackle them. Make mock tests. In order to understand what you stand in terms of the GCSE standard, it is essential to take a few mock tests that are similar to the question papers that come in the actual GCSE exams. These mock tests are basically previous question papers or GCSE question papers with different types of questions but with the same pattern. So solving them in time will help you analyze at which point you stand so you can improve on them. Time yourself and you will know which question requires how much time. Mock tests also help students familiarize with the type of questions, the time pattern, and also help them grade better in the actual examination. It will help you in preparing for the real exam. And keep trying to take more and more mock tests every day, and you will see that which each mock test you are improving. How to get an A in maths in GCSE? So firstly, do not think that maths is an easy subject. Have a positive outlook and be calm and composed. Do not be panic stricken. Many good students miss good grades because they are too nervous. After learning so many methods, concepts, they become so anxious that they cannot put it down to their paper. If you are the right frame of mind, any kind of problem can be solved. Motivate yourself. Even intelligent students run out of motivation and do not get good grades. So always try to keep yourself motivated and stick to your study routine. With hard work and routine schedule, no one can stop you from getting an A in your math paper. Improve on your memorizing power. To do well in an examination, you need to have a good memory. Not necessarily memorize the problem, but the procedures and the formulas. Students need to build their memory power. Then, using other tools to improve your maths experiences. Having more than one source of learning will always help you have a clear understanding, have a clear picture of the topic. Go online, check some videos and lectures, go through other lectures where other people talk about on the subject. The internet is a huge place to learn, so use it for the right purposes. It is not possible for a teacher to teach everything in the class in a limited time period. So you also have to put in some effort. You can download various apps that help you test yourself. These apps can help you strengthen your concepts, offer examples, and have questions for you to solve. Always revise your paper before submitting, like I said. After completing your paper, make some time for revising it. This will allow you to check any minor or silly mistakes that you have made. Also, if you have left out any questions that you were very anxious about, try to solve them at the end so that you do not waste your time. Revising paper after finishing it is a very good practice and helps loss of grades that may happen due to small mistakes. How to pass GCSE maths? So, like we discussed, to get good marks and to pass them, you should firstly know your syllabus well. Read your maths question paper carefully, know what you can answer, and focus on them more. Keep some time for revision and do that later after you've finished your question paper. Write the procedure. During an exam, even if you cannot do the calculations or solve it to get the math answers, write down the procedures or the methods. This shall fetch you a few marks and some step marks, and the teacher will also know that you know how to do it even if you were unable to do it on the exam day. Go through previous year GCSE maths question papers and try to solve them as much as you can. Try to take mock tests like we discussed. GCSE maths revision tips. So revision is an important part of an examination. No matter how well you have studied, an effective revision will fetch you more marks and better results. So plan a revision as well. You need to give time to all the chapters and portions. Do not be in a hurry to finish the revision as it will hamper your overall performance. Do not just read your textbooks. Practice your questions, your problem solving questions. The more you practice, the better you get. So, maths is also a subject that you practice. You do not really have to read or memorize anything. Revise topics that you find more difficult, give more time to them. Ask for help during revision. if you have parents at your place or an elder sister or a brother who can help you out in solving your doubts, or any other teacher. Practice using your calculators. Calculators are easy to use, but they do require practice, that is, allows handling them with ease. Revise with a friend. If it works for you, try revising with a friend for some time. You may be better understanding of one topic and your friend of another. So you can help each other improve on the topics that you know of. This will help you remember the topics better, as a friend will make you understand in their own language and it will be easier for you to comprehend. It will also give you some new ideas and a few math tricks and fast calculations for your exams. Hope this helps. Thank you for watching.